I think a lot of people consumers get fatigue with SMS when all the SMS messages look identical. And you can see this. So we actually just launched it's still in beta, but you guys can check it out. It's called smsarchives.com. And essentially it has like 70 or 80 of the top SMS brands. And we've screenshotted every single message they've sent since the start of the year. And you can go through and see kind of, what they're sending. Now, just going through on the web and looking at them, the ones that have identical messages, but one says 10%, one says 20%, one says Friday, one says Saturday, you start blurring and you're like, man, these all look exactly the same. I love when brands are like completely mixing it up. Like they're putting, like, hi, Jane in one message, then they're putting a line indent, then they're putting the link there, then they're putting, want to know what this is? It's actually 20%. And then at the bottom it says buy. And then the next day it's an MMS message and it has a GIF and it has no text except a link or something. And it like you gotta mix it up because people, you don't want them to assume that's just gonna be the exact same thing that they got the previous day. So that's my biggest thing. And that's why I created SMS archives, because I was like, brands need to be aware that all of their messages look so similar that it almost looks like you got a duplicate message essentially on accident.
Right. Standing out is going to be key, and knowing what to say and when to say it to your audience, right? You know your audience the best. You know what they're going to respond to, and act. I always like to put myself in their position. Like, what would I respond to being part of this community, or what would I respond to being a fan of this brand, right? What's going to speak to me, and then try and deliver that. We do that for our own businesses, and like you want to see your clients do that in their businesses, because that means that they're going to have higher ROI and they're going to, have great success with their text list, and of course be a customer of yours for life.
Yeah, no, exactly. Fatigue is one of those things that kills campaigns, because it just over months, their click-through rates, go down, then their obviously conversions and the ROI goes down. And then also their unsubscribe rate goes up because people are just getting bored, with it. So I do see a lot of like new e-commerce companies. They're doing more interesting messages than kind of the Fortune 500 have got away with. And I think a lot of people for the last maybe 10 years have just kind of rested on the fact that there's 99% open rates. So they're like, who cares? It always gets clicked. I think though, with as much stuff that's going on in the mobile phone right now, you have to start kind of innovating, start kind of pushing the boundaries.